And
Right
5 years time,
within 5 years time,
we can meet that $10 billion
easy,
goal.
easy. The next five I want to go over real quick.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. This is something they could do right now. Let's start with the easy one. They can also raise the retirement age.
We're at 55 now. You suggesting raising it to
65. Yeah,
65?
so if they raise the retirement age to 65, I mean, come on, man, we are living longer.
Yes.
As a population, we're living longer.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you retire at 55. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you still can go another 10 years. And what that will do, that'll take a huge burden off the government because the people who are retired are now takers, meaning that they are now taking Social Security
they're no longer
and taking
paying
stuff
taxes
out of the system.
Yeah.
When you are working, you're putting into the system.
Yeah.
So that's putting a huge hole in the government's budget.
Yeah.
With the people he have to pay in Social Security and the people they got to pay, I mean, the interest they got to pay on the debt, it's killing the Belizean people and their budget. All right? So that alone can save you millions of dollars. The second one that I have out here, which is pretty simple again, they need to raise taxes on cigarette and alcohol. We have an alcohol issue too. We're going to talk about it one of these days. But if we got to do this, man. We got to raise.
And you got a vice, you're going to pay for it.
You got to pay for it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That way you don't encourage it.
Not only that, people can understand. People can understand when you have an alcohol or cigarette issue. Cigarette causes cancer and a lot of different things. Alcohol causes a lot of accidents and drunk. You know, there's a lot of situations comes out of alcohol.
Yeah.
So, and what that does, that's overburning your medical system. Easily. And a lot of people in Belize don't have insurance. So that money is then absorbed by the people. The people of Belize now are paying this bill.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that also is generating a huge hole in the budget.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we could eliminate that part of it by cutting back on who's smokers and drinkers, or if they are, have them pay for it, so that the government is making money in that end with the increased taxes. In addition to that, it would cut down on how many people we have to service in regards to these issues that we're talking about.
They need to raise that way. I think they did put some type of tax on those things.
It needs to be higher.
It needs to just be ridiculous.
It needs to be higher. Yeah. It needs to be,
okay.
Yeah. And again, the next thing I want to talk about is something that I came up with, something that I know will work, and that's something I think I'm thinking about doing.
Okay.
It's the idea that the government of Belize should invest in a cash app system.
Oh.
A cash app. So basically, everybody in Belize currently has a cell phone, correct?
Yes.
So with a cell phone, it will be much easier for me to send money directly to a person on their cell phone that we do here in the United States, where I can send you money directly to Zelle or Cash App. You get it immediately. Instant. That would cut out
Western
Union. And Western Union, again, that's a $12 billion a $12 billion company. They're making up just charging fees.
Yeah, and they're not even convenient.
They're not even convenient. You got to show IDs, do all this nonsense, and most of the time people, get mad and don't want to deal with these. And there's a cap. So in Belize, it's like
expensive.
It's a $500 cap or a $5,000 cap.
How much you can
send? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So if the government of Belize would get rid of the caps in that
do
regard,
our own cash app system.
Do our own cash app system, and not only that, what the cash app is good for. If you want, say for example, I want to build a house in Belize.
Yeah.
I could just cash out my money directly to the owner,
to the
contractor, or to the company that I'm buying materials from.
And then the government charges a small fee
based on
for every transaction, based on the amount that I'm
sending. And I'm pretty sure that alone would generate between $300 to $400 million for the Belize people right now.
That would be great.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We have over 60,000 Belizeans abroad?
Yeah, I mean, it's about 60,000 in America alone.
In America alone. And people
will
use
tourists
it
we're talking about. And we could export this to other parts of the Caribbean, not just in Belize, but we could have this going around the Caribbean.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could patent it and send it around the Caribbean countries.
Yeah.
The next one I want to talk about, they should have already done. It is a credit system.
Yeah, why don't we have a credit system?
Why don't we have a credit system? I'm not just talking a credit system just for the few banks. I'm talking about a nationwide credit system. And it is so crazy. Every single Belizean is on Facebook. But what they don't understand is Facebook is in the business of creating data. Mm-hmm. The Belize government already have all this data. They don't. This is information they already have. Social Security and all these billing areas that they already have all your information.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The only thing they got to do now is just build a database and work in conjunction with the banks and who owes what and what. Charge the banks fees to get this information and charge customers a fee to check their credit they do here. And that will streamline everything. And money will start to flow within the system based on, because it's hard for a bank
to judge or to know who is worthwhile, who's credit worthy.
Exactly.
What I want to say.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing for them to base it on.
Exactly. And again, this is something that we can export to other countries in the Caribbean community as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Money. All right.
And the next thing that we can do right now is recycle. Scrap metals. I mean, we have a bunch of old cars that come into Belize every year. We got metals all over the place. We got cans. And we just waste it.
Yeah.
Plastic. It's just throwing it into our ocean.
Do we even have a recycling company in Belize?
No, not that I'm aware of. That's what I'm saying. This need to be a district by district thing where each district has some type of recycling.
Absolutely.
And paying people to recycle cans and scrap metal.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We can then take this and export this to the rest of the world, and that's a $1 billion industry as well. Because what these companies are doing now, they're recycling all these old computer parts, all these old car parts, and
everything.
You know what I'm saying? But it's something we can do right now.
Simple things, man. It's really not that that hard.
And this is what I'm trying to tell you. And the last two things I want to mention is stuff that as a politician, I don't even know how these, how do you even grade these guys? Because simple things like, for example, the movie industry and the music industry. Do you know in the United States right now, the second most producing or export that the United States does is to entertainment, whether it's to movies and music?
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
And do you know that when a movie is shot in your city or in your country, depends on the budget of the movie, how big the movie is, you can charge up to $20,000 a day. That's US dollars. Just to shoot that movie.
Just to shoot it. And these productions can last for months.
I mean, look at Game of Thrones. It has seasons. You're talking about years. Years.
Imagine them doing just
and not only that,
in Belize.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not only that. It's exporting Belize to the world.
That's
so that brings in more tourists and more people.
Recognition.
Belize will be more seen to the world.
But showcase our beauty, man.
Yeah, but what Belize needs to do is invest in the cameras and the equipment needed in order for these movies to be shot. And the government don't want to do that for some odd reason. But it's an investment. Yeah. That will bring back that money tenfold.
See, these are the good investments.
These are the good investments. They just don't want to do it though, man. Or again, they just lack creativity and imagination. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the next one is because we've been to several big festivals since we've been here.
Oh yeah, that's a thing here in the U.S.
In the U.S. and
other Caribbean places do it too.
I mean, look at Jamaica Sunsplash.
That's right, reggae.
So Jamaica Sunsplash alone brings in for the city of Montego Bay $10 million every time there's a Sunsplash.
Wow.
Do you know some of these beer festivals they have in Europe and these techno alternative music festivals that they have? Some of them brings in up to $140 million in 4 days.
Oh wow!
For some of these economies.
Yeah, and those are things that the people can enjoy. It attract a lot of people.
You know what I'm saying?
And everybody pitching the beer industry.
Everybody gonna make your money.
Everything.
Everybody gonna make your money. And the crazy part about it, man, let me tell you something. Belize has the weather because 365 days. We are 80 to 100 degrees.
That's right.
We have beaches. We have fresh air.
We're English speaking. It's perfect, man.
And again, our money is easily converted because we're 2-to-1 to American dollar. So it's pretty straightforward. And I don't understand how none of this stuff that we talked about so far has yet to be implemented.
If it's being implemented and we don't know, let us know. But as far as we know,
it's not. And again, I want to emphasize, I've read some of these guys' 100-day plan when they first get into office. And it's like a joke when you read it. It's a joke to the Belize. It's
maybe
like,
they think it's okay. Maybe they think $2 billion is enough. Like we should be okay with that.
Man, the stuff they talking about doing sometimes is fixing a road that they should be doing anyways. Putting up a basketball rim and a goal and painting it. That's stuff you should be doing regardless. Don't get it confused with stuff you should do and stuff that will grow your economy.
Right, let's talk about that.
Part of your job is to bring in jobs and security for your people.
That's right.
And they're not doing that.
That's right.
And hence the reason why I'm saying both of these parties has failed miserably, and it's time for us to move forward.
Yep.
And try something else, because again,
4830 ain't cutting it.
No. That's what I'm saying.
4,830, not cutting it.
It's not cutting it. And again, if there's a disaster right now in Belize, we don't have the money. We are borrowing money to pay our expenses right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Imagine, people, we can move from that 4,830 GDP per capita
to 25,000.
To 25,000.
And this can happen within 5 years.
That's the impact it can have on you individually.
5 years. So you could take your family from, say,
being broke.
Being broke.
We talked about last week.
Yeah, being broke, making about 16 to 20,000 Belize dollars a year. We could take that from that amount to make about 60, 70, 80,000 Belize dollars a year easily with some of these industries we were talking about. But it just takes a little bit of imagination, a little bit of money to invest within these industries, and we're good.
And a little bit of the right mentality, like the mentality of for the people rather than just being
for themselves
all day, all
exactly,
night.
Exactly. And that's all we're saying. So again, Belize, we have the answers. Belize is not a poor country. Belize is just mismanaged. Belize is really a 10 to 20 $1 billion economy.
That's right.
And I've laid out 10 ways we can make. And again, based on my 10 ways, it adds up to trillions of dollars. We just want a fraction of, these industries. If we could just put our mind to it, we'll be fine. We'll get out of this mess we're in right now.
All right, there you go. Solutions.
Yeah.
That's what Change the Narrative is about, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. This has been great, Clinton.
For sure.
Dropping knowledge. That's what you're doing. Speaking of that, my blog, Knowledge Drop, is out as well.
Check it out.
Okay? That's it.
That's it for now.
That has been episode 10.
It's a wrap.
Again, guys, walk into the new year, heads high. Let's make our country a better place. All right? Again, this is Change the Narrative. This is our time. We do it our way. You be empowered. Change the narrative. This is Kim signing off.